warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Nurul Ihda Shahputri. I am from 6C Morning in English Education. Today, I would like to explain the material related to pragmatics, namely a speech act. I have shared screen the mind mapping of speech act. I have must explain three parts in speech act. First is level, second is classes, and the third is kinds. Okay, first. But before we start the part, I want to explain briefly what is speech act. Speech act is an utterance that serves a function in communication. We perform speech act when we offer an apology, greeting, request, complaint, invitation, compliment, or refusal. Okay, now we are going into the first part is about levels. In level speech act consists three levels. First is locution, second elocution, and the third is perlocution. Locution is roughly equivalent to uttering certain utterance with certain sense and reference. Example, it's so dark in this room. The sentence that I have mentioned represent the actual of condition. The sentence refers to the lighting of the room. The second is elocution. Elocution is also called the act of doing something in saying something. Example, based on previous example, it's so dark in this room, shows a request to switch the light on. Next is perlocution. Perlocution is also the act offering someone, and based on a previous sentence, it's so dark in this room, it can be inferred that the sentence is uttered by someone while switching the light on. Okay, next, the next part is about classes. The classes in a speech act, there are five classes. First, declaration, representative, commissive, directive, and expressive. First, declarative or declaration. Declaration or declarative is change the word by the interfere the speech act that the utterances. Example, you are that to me. The speech act include examining, declaring word, firing for employment. The second is representative. Representative is word that emphasize speaker's opinion. Example, when someone says the earth is flat, it represents the speaker's assertion about the earth. The speaker has opinion that the earth is flat. Next, representative. Representative have done. And the next is commissive. Commissive is the act that commit a speaker to some future action. Example, when someone says, I will be back, represent the speaker's promise that he or she will be back. Next is directive. Directive is to cause the hearer to take a particular action. Example, when someone says, could you lend me a pencil please? The utterances represents the speaker's request. Treat the hearer to do something, which is to lend his pencil. And the last is expressive. Expressive is the act of the expression on the speaker's attitude and emotion towards the preposition. Example, when someone says, don't be shy, my home is your home. The utterance is present to speaker's expression that he or she welcomes someone. Okay, the last part is about kinds of speech act. There are two: direct speech act and indirect speech act. According to Euler in his book Pragmatics, direct speech act will happen if there is direct relationship between the structure and the function, while indirect speech act will happen if there is no relationship between the structure and the function of the utterance. Example of direct speech act. First, you wear a seatbelt. This is declarative. Do you wear a seatbelt? There is an interrogative. Wear a seatbelt. This is imperative. The example of indirect speech act, it cold outside. This sentence can be interpreted as a request to close the door, or I hereby tell you about the weather. Okay. There are my explanation about the Speech Act. I think is enough. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.